What's up, everyone? You're listening to More Girls Next Door, the podcast where we revisit the iconic Girls Next Door series while uncovering behind-the-scenes tea, Playboy Mansion lore, and Y2K references that have long been forgotten, but are always welcome reminders. I'm your host, Girls Next Door mega fan and Y2K survivor Megan. I'm so excited you're here today because for the first time ever, I have a guest joining me to co-host this bonus episode of More Girls Next Door. Stormy actually found the podcast as a fan of the show. And today we're just shooting the shiz about one of our favorite reality series of the 2000s. If that isn't proof that taking a chance can lead to something really fun, I don't know what is. If you've also been loving the podcast, don't forget to subscribe and leave a 5-star review. Then just email a screenshot of your review to moregirlsnd@gmail.com and you'll be entered into the More Girls Next Door Y2K Survivor hoodie giveaway. 2 hoodies have already been shipped out and there are plenty more winners to come as the giveaway continues. Okay, guys, kick off those candies, hang up the trucker hat, silence your sidekick, and settle in for this bonus episode of More Girls Next Door, where 2 superfans team up to unpack our theories, swap opinions, and uncover the revelations hiding in plain sight. Okay, listeners, please join me in the warmest of welcomes to a fellow Y2K survivor and my co-host for today's bonus episode, Stormy. Hey, girl, hey.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming on to the More Girls Next Door podcast.
Thank you so much, Megan. Can I say I'm just very excited to be here, first of all. Short little introduction. I'm Stormy, as Megan said. I'm a millennial gal through and through from Deep South Texas, class of 05. I'm a nurse, a pug mom, and absolutely avid enthusiast of everything reality TV driven.
That's why we had this instant spark, I suppose.
Yes.
For those that have been following this podcast, you may know I've made several public pleas to the audience that they've gone something like, if you're a fan or were a fan of the Girls Next Door, whether you have behind the scenes tea, a hot take, or simply strong opinions, get in touch and help me host the show. And Stormy, you did. You commented on one of the episodes. I followed up. We had a brief chemistry test call, and here we are not even a week later, right?
Absolutely amazing. I had to shoot my shot, and I guess it worked.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Take it where you can get it. With that, I've prepared some G&D related questions and icebreakers for us. And if you're up for it a little later, I even thought we could play the very first More Girls Next Door game.
I would be absolutely excited to do that.
Okay. Very good. Very good. First question to you. Why did you love the Girls Next Door series back when it was on television? And why do you continue to revisit the episodes with the More Girls Next Door podcast?
So I may be a little different from the rest of your listeners because I only briefly watched Girls Next Door when it first came out. But I really started doing a deep dive back into it this year, just visiting old comfort shows. And with that, led me to the Girls Next Level podcast, led me down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole, and I just can't get enough.
And how did you find More Girls Next Door? Just down one of those rabbit holes, I guess.
I did actually. It was suggested to me on Spotify while I was listening to the Girls Next Level podcast. I said yes, clicked. And let me tell you, I binged through the whole thing up till date.
My God, thank you, algorithm. That's so good to hear. Now, who was your favorite girl next door when you originally watched the show and why? And has it changed today and why?
So it has. My favorite, and I'm sure a lot of our favorite, was Kendra, just because she's so wildly chaotic and unapologetically herself, which I feel like a lot of us would like to be in our own lives. My feelings kind of changed, and I gravitate more towards Holly now. I'm thinking I we have the same things in common. I love how she's very super strategic with her responses and her social presence, which I could never. Let me tell you, I would probably have to do an apology video every week for
Yes.
something that I said. So her just getting in front of it just amazes me a little bit. I feel like, though, thinking about it more now, that I, Kendra would probably still be my favorite if she had more of a social presence.
Right. That is really interesting because I'm the exact opposite or almost the same in reverse because my favorite back in the day was actually Bridget. I felt she was the most relatable. And I admired her ambition, whether she was trying to achieve her goal of becoming Playmate or she was like plucking up every opportunity around her to use that degree in broadcast journalism. And also, I've always been a crafty DIYer myself. So I think I saw a lot of my own qualities in Bridget. But today, I really don't feel like I have a true favorite at the moment. But I find myself giving Kendra much more grace, if you will, than I did watching the show the first time around. But I used to think she didn't even belong in the group. And I felt like all she did was cause chaos and divide. And she did, but I'm a much more forgiving fan now. So
Yes, which I really did love that about your podcast listening in, because everybody is so quick to like stomp on Kendra because of the way she acted, but she was also a very young teen at the time.
that
And in my opinion, in my reality of loving opinion, I think chaos makes better TV. So
absolutely yes. And I can see now how her age and upbringing probably contributed to the sometimes one woman wacko that was
I totally
Kendra.
agree.
But
Uh-huh.
to your point, it's much clearer to me now that was her, 100% authentic for better or worse. And especially as I'm rewatching and noticing how much Holly seemed to like water herself down to come across as Hugh Hefner's perfect match. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, 100% agree.
That's interesting that even today, everyone's got their favorites and they might have flip-flopped. So, do you have a favorite episode?
Actually, I think mainly, and it's the birthday party surrounding themes with Holly and Bridget, AKA the murder mystery parties,
Oh,
the
yes.
Marie Antoinette episode. Like, those are my favorite. But out of all of them, I do have to say, Hef's a birthday party because 3-6 Mafia played, and I can promise you, I love them more than Kendra does.
I would have been there 100%.
100%.
Now that you mentioned like the Marie Antoinette and the birthdays, yes, like that would be in my category of favorites. But I was thinking just because I'm in season 3 right now, just with the recap. So I was only considering, 2.5 seasons. I've really enjoyed the calendar episode, which is in season 3, and the bunny auditions from season 2. And I'll explain. With the calendar episode, I feel like we get to see all the different looks and concepts come together, much like what you're saying when Holly and Bridget get behind a theme or a birthday party. And
Oh, just so good.
yes, you see all the colors, the visual, the
Yeah.
aesthetic that come to life, and it's so satisfying. But yeah, with the calendar, it feels like there's more going on than just one simple storyline because we're seeing them all, dress up in costume or, really embrace some sort of theme that they love. So, and the bunny auditions is the same way to me. We meet all these new beautiful faces, hear a little about who they are and where they came from, and it kind of makes the mansion feel more populated than just by the three girlfriends. And for a show that runs like only about 20 minutes, it's those kinds of episodes that feel a little longer because there's more substance packed in. So I think we're actually
I
the same.
agree.
Yeah.
I wish they would have did more of that with the bunny, the playmates, Let us know them more too.
Yes, I totally agree. And I go into that quite a bit here in season 3, especially because Holly and Bridget have been voicing it on Girls Next Level too, that, that was one of their complaints, that the show never really, took the time or the opportunity to introduce some of these reoccurring faces. So it was definitely a ball dropped.
Mhm.
Okay, follow up that with, do you have a least favorite episode and why?
Not really in season 1 and season 2. My gripe is more toward the end of it all.
Oh, let's hear
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, the departing episode with the original girls, it felt like a shock to me
Right.
because I think, I never even saw that episode when it first aired, I wasn't really into it that much. But now rewatching it back from one episode to another, whoa, what happened? What's going on here? Why are they leaving? Like, I almost felt like I wanted to cry myself. Like, please don't
Right.
go.
I'm kind of glad that I have not jumped the gun recently and overwatched. So I really am like watching them right before I'm reviewing or recap or researching, scripting. So I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to feel the same way because I do remember it being like, well, that wasn't explained. Oh, they're all leaving. Oh, wait, is Bridget going or is she coming back? So unclear.
Exactly. I was just left to wonder. I mean, even though this was I'm watching it now in the future from the past, but
Future
it
you.
just felt my future me felt so heartbroken. Like,
Right.
no, this could have been a great show, or we could have tried to keep it going some way, or we could have tried to explain to the viewers what was going on and why we're doing this now.
I feel like they didn't like this has been a complaint of mine since season 1, episode 1 and the recaps. I feel like they didn't give us enough credit. And Kevin Burns wanted to make sure that he stuck with this, what is it, Beaver Cleaver or Little House on the Prairie? Like it had to be really old school sitcom-y, very positive, which really masked a lot of the realness away, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Oh, that makes total sense.
And my least favorite episode so far, because I'm only on season 3 with the podcast, is actually one that I've recently finished recapping. So it's like right at the forefront of my mind. Season 3, episode 11, Training Days. Does this ring a bell for you, Stormy?
Gee, yes, it does.
It's okay. So it's one of those episodes where everyone is filmed separately, doing different activities, different
Mhm.
locations, and even at different points in time, I believe. Holly is apprenticing on a bunny pictorial in Las Vegas. Bridget is trying to correct some of her dog Wednesday's bad behaviors, and Kendra is taking cringe professional etiquette lessons to follow through on her New Year's resolution.
I'm sure she really decided to do that.
Right. Nothing is connected when you look at these
Mhm.
scenarios independently, but the show literally forces them into an episode under the banner concept of all the characters are experiencing some kind of training. And I don't care for the Frankenstein creation episodes that like stitch unrelated clips together because they feel so overly produced and too scripted.
And they really do. And like you said, I don't think that they gave the viewers credit. Like, we wouldn't mind that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, 100%. That would have actually been revolutionary reality TV. And I think Kevin Burns was more banking on keeping it safe. You can't blame the guy because something about Girls Next Door, it was really one of the firsts of its kind, right? We did have Laguna Beach. The Kardashians actually came out at the end of Girls Next Door season 3. I've got that planned for a Y2K reference. So they really were pioneering. And so for him to want to play it safe based on all the sitcoms and, TV shows that maybe he grew up on, it makes sense. But still, knowing in hindsight, always 2020. So knowing what we know now and how we all absorb television now, it's like, yeah, we would have welcomed that. We would have related more. Our favorite characters would probably be more like sunken in or,
Yes,
you know what it,
yes.
so I don't want to say that's also a missed opportunity by any means because we still love the show. But like I said, hindsight, it's always 2020. We can stand up here on our soapboxes all day long. Okay, so this is a little offbeat, but I think it's a good transition. If you can, list 5 words or phrases that come to mind when you think about the Y2K era, early mid 2000s.
Okay, I've got it. Juicy couture.
Yeah.
Super, super low rise jeans. I mean, super. Paris Hilton for me.
Oh, yes.
Heroin chic was a crazy thing and it was real.
It was
And
real,
I
Kate
hated it.
Moss.
I hated it being, a chunky girl in that world, but it was a thing.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you did this or whatever, but it was in every tanning salon I'd ever been in, but the Playboy bunny sticker. We all had that.
Yeah, and we put them where our low-rise jeans where you could see it. So it was like on our, what do you call that? Pubic collarbone?
Yes,
Pubic-
yes. We all had that right there and on show.
Yep. Yep. No. So our fought, like it's so funny. I think you're gonna laugh because they are so dialed in. So I did the same. And number 1, I've got whale tail. Tell me you know what
Yes,
that is.
yes, whale tail.
Number 2, rhinestones.
Oh, all over.
Yeah. Number 3, club life.
Yes, and I wish I could have been there at that time.
Isn't it funny? Well, that's right. We're not going to give away too much personal info, but Stormy is younger than I, so maybe only I can speak to that. But I find it's hilarious that it's really not a thing. I mean, yeah, there are like nightclubs and this and that, but completely different. Club life was so freaking messy. You didn't like worry about getting arrested for being messy at a club in the 2000s. It was like actually a rite of passage. It was like necessary. You went out to get dirty,
Yes, you did. And you got famous from being in the club, being messy and dirty.
whether you wanted to or not.
Exactly.
Whether you wanted that on page 6 or not. Okay, number 4 for me was bleach blonde. I mean, that just goes without saying.
Oh, yeah.
I might get crucified for this. And I have this last one. I am not saying I'm behind it, agreed with it, or represent anything of it, but it is 2000s era Y2K, and it's a phrase. Tell me if this resonates at all. Trim spa, baby.
This is so weird, but oh, this is why I adore you. Because I literally I want to watch the Anna Nicole show. Remember back in the day, her reality show? So,
Anna.
fabulous Anna Nicole. Yes, girl, that
He's
was
so
my jam too.
outrageous.
So I was telling my mom about that, and then the first thing I yelled out was "Trim spa, baby!"
Yeah, it was everywhere.
It was everywhere. It was speed, which
Right.
is
No,
pretty much what it was.
Seriously, it was like stacker twos upon crack upon heroin chic.
Yes, yes.
That's too much. I'm glad that you recognize that.
Oh, yes, ma'am. All day, every day.
Were you at all influenced by the girls next door's fashions?
See, this is a little different for me, I guess. I was I was like a very much so a tomboy when I was young. So I was only really wearing like blue jeans, my band shirt, and like some Chuck Taylors. You
Right.
know, I wasn't really into dressing too cute. And God forbid you hand me anything pink, I would have flipped my wig over it. Nowadays, though, nowadays, I will say I would love for that style to come back so that I could finally partake.
Oh, you are too much. So you were like Seattle grunge, which was also the era.
Oh,
And so
yeah, I was very grunge, very punk.
and of course that has come full circle as well. I don't think Y2K mid 2000s has quite come full circle, but I see it like in the flared jeans, the flared leg jeans. They are doing like the button up a little lower rise. You have to have a certain body type, in my opinion, to pull it
Yes, and
off.
I've never had that body type, and shout out to the girlies who don't care, babe. Body
Right.
positivity, that's what I'm talking about.
Whale tailing all the way home. Wee wee wee.
That's right, baby. I would be whale tailing it too if I could, let me tell you.
Well, I've exposed myself many times on More Girls Next Door. One example, I used to buy the GC Couture tracksuit dupes, the knockoffs. And
They had knockoffs?
yes, girl, yes. Oh my gosh.
OMG!
There was a woman that would come to the college and sell them to us. And God bless. I would deposit little clusters of rhinestones everywhere I went because I don't know if they were like iron on or glued on. They weren't staying on. So it was like
No, they're
after yes,
constantly falling off.
like getting up out of the car, getting up out of the chair, any place I sat down and got up after a few wears and washes, like instead of juicy, it would say jicky or just icy across my bottom.
Leaving little mementos wherever you go.
Yes, and losing them. But yes, I was definitely influenced at what cost, and I don't know, but
Well,
okay.
I don't know, Megan. I think you probably looked really freaking stinking cute in those. Because to me now, they're adorable. Back
I
in the
would.
day, Stormy would never, but now, oh my God, give me them all in every color. I want them.
It's so funny. I love fashion, and it always comes full circle.
It is, it's all cyclical. So it's like the bell bottoms that some people have had in the 70s. Guess what, babe? Doesn't matter. You're a little older. Put those babies on. They're in rotation now, and you're looking great.
I know. Okay, speaking of fashion, what would you say was the biggest fashion faux pas featured on Girls Next Door and or in the mid early 2000s?
I guess the only thing really that I thought about that irked me was, and it's really not their fault, it's just everybody's extensions were like,
Ooh,
looked
that's a
like
good
fake
one.
yarn. It was horrendous. And then you know how Holly does the piece and then a bobby pins it to like
Yeah.
hide? Yes. So I did not like that either because I guess the placement just was not good. But
Yeah.
the hair, if anything, is killing me.
Yeah. No shade, Holly. Like I get it. I had a full on there was a period where I had a full on, it wasn't even a piece. It was a wig. My hair used to be quite thick. And so I don't even know why I was doing this, but I guess because like the wig would have this like cut that I liked and I'd put it on, then I'd pull some of my hair out of it and I'd do that little bouffant thing and clip it over because that's the only way you could hide the seam. So
Oh,
I
wow.
I have to say, no shade, girl, but we're noticing it because we're psychopaths that are analyzing and loving every moment of this show.
Oh,
Take it as
exactly. No shade at all because nowadays, like, look at her extensions now. Flawless.
ah,
Flawless victory, babe.
Yes.
flawless.
Yes. No, it's ridiculous. I can't even hate or try to like snap and zoom in. You're right. They are absolutely flawless. The texture, the sheen, perfectly blended.
Yes. And I guess, thank you so much to the hair gods above that gave us great extensions
Oh, yeah.
and affordable wigs now.
And geniuses, because blondes are the actual hardest, especially when it comes to extensions, all the hues.
Oh, trust. Try color matching that. Oh, I could never.
Yeah, so she's come a long way, and yeah, it looks really, really good. I agree. When I thought about my answer for this question, I decided like so the biggest fashion faux pas for me, probably the liberties that were taken with the schoolgirl look. And I'll explain. Tube socks with high heels and
Mhm.
Victorian corsets worn over starched cotton collared blouses. Like, I love a schoolgirl outfit adaptation, but I think at times the girls next door strayed a little too far off course.
Yes, especially for who they were supposed to be
Yes.
supporting.
Yeah, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I do talk about this like what is with this childlike aesthetic that they want to lean into. I don't see them doing it now except for like cosplay. Like, I've seen on the Girls Next Level they'll do a thumbnail and they both kind of look like they're embracing like Clueless with the skirts and the matching blazers, but
Oh,
it was
just
like,
iconic though, Clueless.
oh, girl. Okay. This is a heavier transition. What was your initial take on Hugh Hefner in the Girls Next Door series? Did you pay him much attention? Did you begin to notice any patterns within his behavior?
So when I originally watched it way back in the day, way back when, I really didn't pay him any mind. He was just kind of there, you know? I probably didn't even see all of the episodes of all seasons to begin with, so that's just like a glancing or a passing note of Hugh Hefner. Now watching it back though, and I think maybe my view watching it back is a little tainted because I have watched so many podcasts. I've watched, Playboy Secrets and things like that.
Right.
Um but I did note that they tried really hard to show the best of him.
Mhm.
There were an instance or two where you could see his bratty, behavior coming out.
Mhm.
But I guess in my version, the only thing that is off-putting to me from him is that he just so much likes those baby-faced girls next door. Not to, name
Sure.
drop it, but those baby faces. He really loves that. If you look like Kendra or younger or your face looks younger, I mean, he's going to adore you. He's going to fawn all over you and almost fall over himself like
Right.
to
Right.
be around you. I guess that's the only thing I took from just watching the series. What did
Right.
you think?
Well, this is something Bridget actually has talked about that I completely agree with. Some listeners get on me that like I'm too hard on Bridget, but as I mentioned, like she was actually my favorite back in the day. There's been some disconnects that, just make me maybe feel more related to one or the other. But I tell you here now and true, I love them all. But if you ask me, the girls next door, along with like Playboy's broader image making propaganda, for lack of a better word, they did such an effective job of glamorizing that lifestyle while largely avoiding any real questions about Hugh Hefner's motives or established patterns of behavior. And because of that, it was always easy for me to see Hef as this wealthy, eccentric, generous older man who just happened to have a few unconventional proclivities when it came to relationships.
Mhm. I didn't even think about that, and I totally agree with you.
If you had asked me, or if you had asked my 2000 self whether I'd be interested in becoming one of Hef's girlfriends, I probably would have been like, sign me up. I'll take the pool. I'll take the Porsche. I'll take the
Right?
diapered monkey that fits in the palm of your hand.
It seems like all the fun. There he even has a zoo on the
Yeah,
property. Who would
yeah.
not love that? And he's so good with dogs too. Oh, that would send me.
The duplicity of it. There's no questioning that he was an animal lover, and that he was generous, charitable. But I really don't think I was able to see beyond that and the facade until I started doing these recaps, going back with fresh eyes, the benefit of hindsight. It just made me realize how much this show, how much of the story that the show wasn't telling.
Yes, and a major portion of the story the show is not willing to tell.
Yep, yep, yep. Well, thankfully, we have Holly and Bridget out here doing the Lord's work.
There you go, girl.
Speaking of, what do you think the real reason is behind the feud between Kendra versus Holly and Bridget? Or do you have an opinion there? I know you have an opinion there.
Oh, I always have opinions,
I
baby.
love this.
So I feel like, I mean, we talked a little bit about it before. I believe, obviously, Holly and Bridget, as they will tell you ad nauseum, that they were tired of her unwillingness to participate in anything and everything.
Right.
And I felt like Kendra felt stifled by them. You know,
Hmm.
dog parties are not the wild and crazy thing that she was expecting when she signed up to be a girlfriend of Hugh Hefner. And Holly and Bridget are trying to be a little more, it's not so wild and crazy like the 7 other girlfriends were before.
Right.
So I feel like Kendra just wanted to be, she's young, she's 19, she wants to go out, she wants to party, she wants to have fun, she wants to go do all the things. And I think maybe if she was with a different set of girls, maybe it would have been different. They were good together, but I just feel like they were all so drastically different,
Right.
Holly and Bridget versus Kendra, that it may not have worked out even if we had the perfect circumstances for them.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. Of course, only the people who were actually involved know the full story. So anything we say here is purely speculation.
Purely speculation.
Yeah. Based on what I've seen on the show and what has come to light afterward, I do think Holly in particular carried some lingering jealousy stemming from the obvious favoritism Hef often showed toward Kendra. But with that said, it takes two to tango and three to complicate the choreography, as they say. So I don't think Kendra is without fault either.
Oh, no,
And
not at all.
I wonder if Kendra simply isn't interested in rehashing that chapter of her life, especially after everything she endured post Mansion. But I also have some suspicion that Kendra harbors, maybe unknowingly, some unresolved guilt that makes it difficult for her to engage with those memories or repair the relationships that fractured along the way.
That is such an amazing point right there. I didn't think about that as well, but now that you said that, I can totally see that. I mean, if I was in her shoes, which I'm not, but if I felt like that, it would be hard for me to reach out to somebody, having to say you were wrong.
Yeah, and it's hard to say. It's particularly hard to say you're sorry for things that maybe you're not even sorry for. 19. A doggy birthday party was not her idea of wilding out. So she thinks, ooh, the Playboy Mansion is the perfect setting. Get it all out and have my fun, and this is the time. And then she gets there and it's like curfew, backgammon, buffet night, you know. So
Yes. Old movie night.
Right.
Yeah, she's not gonna like that, you know?
Old fashioned party.
Yeah, but then again, I can't really blame her because there's not a lot of,
Exactly.
19-year-olds that would like things like that.
Are you looking forward to Bridget's book?
To be honest, I do love Bridget, do not get me wrong. And I probably will read it, but I'm not going out of my way for it just because I feel like I've heard her complain about the same things over and over for a while now, and I'm pretty sure those will be in the book, so I can check that off my list.
I'm looking forward to her frickin' completing and publishing the damn thing. I don't know how long it's been. We've heard about it so many times. She's revising, she's re-editing, she's going through it one more time.
Yeah, it's like every episode of the podcast always starts off with her being like, "Oh, I just didn't sleep very good because I was writing and writing and writing all night." It's like, whoa, girl, how long is this book going to be, baby?
I also have questions about how transparent she'll ultimately choose to be and how much she'll be comfortable revealing, even
Hmm.
all these years later. So, my hope
She's
is that.
also,
Oh, go
oh,
ahead.
you go ahead. You go ahead.
You go. No, you go. We're chasing each other around in a
We're
circle,
trying to be really nice.
we're trying to tie each other's corsets right now.
Yes, we.
my my hope is that she uses the opportunity to explore and reveal more of her own story, like her marriage and her motives for moving into the mansion, instead of revisiting topics like the Mean Girls, which have already been discussed and dissected from every possible angle. Regardless, I'm reading it, but that is my hope that where can she possibly give us tea or revealing things? That's going to be in her own and her personal history.
I agree. And that's basically what I was going to say in a nutshell. I would love to read it if the topic was more focused on her versus on her and how she feels about Holly, her and how she feels about Hev, her and how she's heard about Kendra.
All of the tea is there for Bridget, like her spinoff. One freaking season. That's all we got. I could do an entire episode on Bridget's sexiest beaches and what went wrong and why, and the one that had a background in journalism and hosting, and we saw it on The Girls Next Door time and time again. We saw her sharpening her tools and really honing that goal in. So it's almost like kind of tragic to think about. But okay, should we do something fun?
I would love to.
Okay. The game is basically like a who said it. You'll have to remember I'm only using seasons 1 through 3. I'll say a quote, and you're going to tell me which girls next door said it: Holly, Bridget, or Kendra.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm going to try to tune in, lock in, and we're going to try to make you proud.
Some will be harder than others or easier than others, but they may bring up stuff that we remember that we can discuss. So I've got 10. That was a nice round number. Number 1. When I'm under pressure, I just can't think.
Kendra.
Kendra, season 3, episode 7, Hearts of Fire. Yes, yes, it was Valentine's Day, and the tissue paper went up in flames. So very good. Number 2. Stripping is one of my favorite things to do.
Ooh.
Do you need me to
Oh,
repeat the question?
stripping is one of my favorite things to do. I mean, I feel like that would be Kendra, but that may be a mislead.
I don't know. I need a final answer, though,
Oh,
Stormy.
Kendra.
It's actually Bridget. And
Oh, whoa.
you'll get this. Season 2, episode 1, Happy Birthday, Hef, when she's
When she
practicing.
burlesque danced.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that totally threw me when she said strip. I was like, I knew Bridget is a burlesque girl.
Some are easier than
Very
others.
tricky.
Yeah. I got you now. Okay. Number 3. Do you guys have custom made helmets? Because I have a big head.
Oh, that's obviously Kendra and her big head because she has mountains of hair.
That's Kendra. Season 3, episode 2, May the Horse Be With You. Okay, number 4. Times have changed. That was a million years ago.
Holly?
That is Holly. Season 1, episode 5, Fight Night. And this is in response to Barbie, Hef's ex-girlfriend from the 70s, had attended an event called Fight Night. And she was, boy, was she in Hef's ear chatting him up, talking about like,
Mm-hmm.
Holly has a tattoo. You wouldn't even date a girl with pierced ears when back in the day. So
Uh-huh.
it's Holly in Confessional that says, times have changed. That was a million years ago.
Just by the way, Barbie, so iconic.
Love her.
Love her.
What is it about? So there is this phrase in a movie. She has the ability to be unbelievably cute and or super cute and unbelievably sexy. Do you know what movie is that from? Oh, it's from it's the movie with Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, and they do the Dirty Dancing lift. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's not Punch Drunk Love.
No.
It's not Punch Drunk Love. It's the other one that sounds like that. This is so funny. I'm going to keep this in the
Oh,
episode. Um,
I'm Googling it because I have to know. Is it La La Land?
no, 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 no.
No.
I've seen it a trillion times. A Crazy Stupid Love. That's what
Crazy
it
Stupid Love.
is.
OMG.
Have you seen it?
I haven't.
Oh, girl. Okay, so you haven't lived. Just
I
FYI.
haven't. I'm telling you, I'm still sometimes in my punk rock era where we don't really branch out into romantic comedies.
It's so good. So that like comment is used a couple of times. Like she's got the ability to be undeniably cute and unbelievably sexy at the same time. I think that's somewhere along what the phrase is. And that's what I always like peg onto Barbie. Very authentic, adorable, fresh, sexy. So yeah, I agree. Iconic. Sorry guys, tailspin on that one. Barbie does that to us. Okay. Number 5, who said it? When I see a playmate in the magazine, I think everyone in there is so beautiful. The most beautiful girls I've ever seen in my entire life.
Bridget.
That is Kendra.
Oh, gee.
Season 1, episode 2, New Girls in Town.
She is right. They are gorgeous.
And it does. It sounds so much like Bridget, especially thinking about, especially, not especially, especially thinking about like those early seasons where Bridget was very forthcoming about, her desire to be a playmate. So that was a little bit of a curveball.
That was a curveball and a great curveball because it sent me right to Bridget.
Okay, number 6, ice skating, roller skating, walking my dogs, sex. That's about my only workout.
Holly.
Yes, that's Holly.
Holly
Season
does
1.
not work out,
Yep.
queen.
No, you know it. Holly, season 1, episode 2, New Girls in Town. Okay. Number 7. I just feel like he doesn't like individual pictures of us at all for anything.
Ooh, I feel split decision between that one, but I'm going to go with Holly.
It is Holly. Season 2, episode 4, Mutiny on the Booty. Their first pictorial, and they want to break out on their own. They want to have more creative influence over their photographs. They want to sprinkle in their personalities, and they're so worried about, are they going to accept their ideas, or is he going to go the round bed photos, if you remember.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lump them in the round bed and take a picture.
Number 8, who said it? Grandma, you got shorter.
Kendra.
It's Bridget, season 1, episode 11, Grape Expectations. Yes, they go to Lodi, Bridget's hometown, and I couldn't believe it either. The first thing she says, she goes and hugs her. She goes, Grandma, you got shorter.
Shorter. That's absolutely adorable. I can't.
Why not? Okay, number 9. I got the gun in my hand, like, don't mess with me.
Kendra.
Think hard, girl. It is Bridget, season 3.
Bridget.
Episode 5, one of my favorites, Calendar Girls. Bridget's wearing like the blue and white plaid bikini and gun and holster.
Oh,
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about now.
It's just me, babe. I'm a freaking Psycho fan.
She is so adorable too in that.
That was a great look. I mean, down to the freckles.
The girl could theme, honey. Before her time too. Now they're doing it all over the place.
Girl, they're permanently, that's a whole nother episode. People are permanently freckling their faces.
I know. And I used to get picked on in the schoolyard for having freckles. And I'm like, now look.
Now look. Okay. Number 10. Who said it? People want you to sign anything and everything. A purse, their butt. I even signed a baby.
Oh my gosh. Was that Holly?
It's Holly.
Yay!
Season 2, episode 15, Playboys After Dark. So that was perfect.
I had a blast.
That brings us to the end of today's bonus More Girls Next Door episode. I'm so grateful to you, Stormy, for joining me. And I really hope we can do it again. But until next time, say goodbye to everyone. Tell them to tuck in their whale tails and log out of MySpace or whatever.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye. Love you. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in today. I know the audio isn't perfect with these remote collaborations, but hopefully you had a great time with us. Please provide feedback in the comment section or get in touch through the website, moregirlsnextdoor.com. Did you enjoy this bonus episode with our guest host? Would you want to hear more like it? What about you joining me next time? I'd love that. Don't forget to smash all 5 stars and enter the More Girls Next Door Y2K Survivor hoodie giveaway. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.
On the bricks.